Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank you so much for coming out to DeKalb County Sheriff Office. I'm Sheriff Melody Maddox, and I want to share with our community of a productive day that we had here at the Sheriff Office in a fight against inmate contraband. We've made it very clear that this will be something we will not tolerate, and this is for the safety of the inmates, the employees, as well as the community. We are all challenged as this continues to be a dilemma for all agencies. Let me first thank Sheriff Patrick Labatt with the Fulton County Sheriff Office, Sheriff Babb with Fayette County Sheriff Office, and also Chief Murtha Ramos with the DeKalb County Police Department for their collective efforts and allowing individuals to come over from their agencies to help us combat this issue that we continue to have in this facility. I want to make sure that I thank all the participants that were available and that came over. We greatly appreciate it. Remember, it's not just a sheriff problem. It's not just an inmate problem. It becomes a community problem if we do not take hold of this right now. I want to now turn it over to Chief Deputy Akes, who will give us an update on what has taken place and some of the things that our JEST team and the other members that assisted have gathered from these cells.
Thank you, Sheriff. Again, Chief Randy Akes with the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office, and I thank you all for being here today. Operation Spring Clean was a complete success. It was a collaboration, as Sheriff mentioned, between 4 agencies, our agency to include Fayette County Sheriff's Office, Fulton County Sheriff's Office, as well as the DeKalb County Police Department. This operation was put together for 3 main reasons. 1, to combat crime and contraband within our facility. 2, to protect our staff members and the rest of the inmate population. And thirdly, but certainly not least, to protect all citizens, judges, and all other elected officials inside of the DeKalb County courthouse complexes. And I want to elaborate on that because today's operation, what takes place in jail operation, certainly has the potential to filter over into inmates while they're being transported to the DeKalb County court complexes. So again, the operation was focused on those 3 areas, and it was a success because of the collaboration between all the agencies and by our JEST team commander, Sergeant Wortham, who I will let elaborate here in a few minutes as it relates to the specifics surrounding the operation. Operation Spring Clean was an extension of Operation Eyes in the Sky, which has been taking place since January of this year, in which approximately 2 to 3 weeks ago, we was able to apprehend several individuals that was outside of the facility and attempting to make a contraband drop. As we mentioned during our earlier press conference as a part of Eyes in the Sky, we are smarter than the average criminal. Today's operation proved that, as you see here on the table, we have confiscated nearly 15 shanks, 3 cell phones, a contraband line, which is also known as a fishing line, and some other unauthorized items that, again, all of the agencies collectively gathered from the inmates. And again, as I mentioned, it was a successful operation today. At this time, I will turn it over to you all to see if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself and or our operations commander, Sergeant Wortham. So, Sergeant Wortham, if you would like to elaborate on any part of the operation that the Sheriff and I haven't touched on, please feel free to do so at this time.
Thank you, Chief. As Chief Akes has mentioned, Operation Spring Clean was an extension of Eyes in the Sky. Eyes in the Sky has been somewhat of a problem for the agency, but myself and the JEST team, we're committed to combating this issue. Although we're very concerned about what we see here on the table today, we're also kind of relieved because in the past, our contraband has been much more than this. So this just proves that Operation Eyes in the Sky and Operation Spring Clean is working. And we're continuing to set up these types of operations. We're continuing to let the inmates know that the situations in which they're trying to get contrabands in the facility will not be tolerated. The JEST team has the full support of Sheriff Maddox and Chief Akes, and we're doing everything that we can to continue to take contrabands out of the jail. And then, as Chief Akes has mentioned, in doing so, it keeps not only the inmates safe, it keeps the staff safe as well. So we're very happy about the outcome today because it proves that although there is a lot, it proves that it's working because there have been much more than that in the past. So thank you, Chief. Thank you, Sheriff, for allowing us to put this operation together. And as the Chief mentioned, we want to tell our other agencies, sister agencies that came out and helped that we greatly appreciate it.
Thank you again for coming out so that we can allow the community, let the community know what we are working on here at the DeKalb County Sheriff Office and what we will continue to do. Their safety has always been and will continue to be our #1 concern. So thank you.